Turn that music up. What is happening in the NBA? Jalen Brown is a Sixer. Paul George is a Celtic. You guys have found another edition of Cheesesteaks and Takes, the podcast show, the only multi-generational Philadelphia sports podcast, coming to you on this Wednesday evening
Let's
amid a
go.
circus in the National Basketball Association, headlined by Jalen Brown getting traded from the Boston Celtics to the Philadelphia 76ers. We gave up 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and Paul George PG8 for Jalen Brown. Wow. Guys, we're going to start off talking about that trade, what the outlook looks like for the Sixers, what they gave up exactly, because I know, Dad, you sent a little image in the chat as far as what those draft picks look like exactly. But we want to dive into that first and foremost on this episode. Noah, I'm going to kick it to you first. Jalen Brown, did you ever think he'd be a Sixer, Noah? And how do you feel about this trade?
This is really unexpected, honestly. I didn't really have much hope for what the Sixers were going to do this offseason. They've never given me any reason to ever think highly of what they can do in the offseason. But I thought this was great value for a top 10 player in the NBA. I gave up Paul George, who's old and makes similar money to Jalen Brown, and 2 firsts and 2 seconds, which I don't think was bad. Yeah, it still doesn't kind of feel real. I kind of got to sit with it for a little bit, but it's exciting.
That was the biggest thing for me, is what we gave up to get a guy like Jalen Brown. I mean, Dad, talk to me about what you have been seeing, because it sounds like those draft picks are way in the future, gonna be draft picks when all the Sixers current stars are no longer under contract, stuff we won't have to worry about for a few years. And we get Jalen Brown for that and give up a guy that we were trying to get off as far as his contract, Paul George. We talked about it. How did this happen?
I have no idea. I was not on Twitter. I wasn't looking at ESPN and my phone. I look at my phone, and shout out to Hollis, my man Hollis Gilliam, who lives in Atlanta. He's a Sixer fan from Philly. I see it's him. I pick up, and he said, "Are you seeing this shit?" And I'm like, "No. What are you talking about?" He's like, "You're joking, right?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "We have Jalen Brown for Paul George." I'm like, there's no way. I'm still in disbelief. I can't believe that Boston would do this. And that's my first thought, is like, why is Boston trading Jalen Brown to Philly? Like, what is the deal? I always come back to why a team wants to trade. I understand they want to get rid of Jalen Brown, but why trade him in the division to your arch rivals within that division? So, that's my question. Is he a better player than Paul George? 1,000%. 1,000%. He's younger. Contracts are pretty much the same, but I'd rather have Jalen Brown on that contract than Paul George. The picks are concerning to me because, Chuck, you and I both know probably more than these guys what a pick 3 years, 4 years down the line could possibly turn into. We traded in 1978. We traded World B. Free, who was our shooting guard / point guard, for a future pick in 1984. That pick turned out to be Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
So you never know what those picks are going to look like down the line. Having said that, those picks are down the line, and you can say F those picks. Like, we have a finals MVP on our team. He definitely makes our team better on both ends of the floor. I'm curious to see how it's going to work out between the three guys in the backcourt, Maxey, BJ, and Brown. I'm curious to see what kind of attitude Embiid takes on. Maybe this is the first time he really says, all right, I can actually take a step back from offense and concentrate more on defense and rebounding. There's a lot to think about. I'm still in disbelief that is happening. So, like, the picks, earlier I said I don't think they gave up the Clippers pick, but I think most likely what happened is the Sixers are going to give up either the first round pick or that Clippers pick, whichever is more favorable, in 2028. And then you have an unprotected pick in 2021. So those picks that's a valuable pick. Those are valuable picks.
It is. Considering where the Clippers are right now after trading Kawhi Leonard, you got to figure they're in rebuild mode. That team may not be competitive at all. And all right, so like we were saying, that could be a favorable pick. with the Clippers in rebuild mode after trading Kawhi Leonard. So you're right, Dad. That could be something that we look at and say, oh, wow, what kind of player could that turn out to be? But it is win now mode for the Sixers with Joel Embiid still on the roster. And Jalen Brown, guess what? Like you said, elevates their team, their roster right now to give them a better chance to win a championship. And I think that's what it came down to. And I think that Mike, did I say his name right?
Gansey.
Mike,
Yeah, Mike Gansey.
Mike Gansey. I think he's doing a great job. He's making the team better, and he's working with what he has, and he made the team better. He made the team better with this trade. Chuck, what
what do you
is
think?
your instant reaction to everything going on with your Philadelphia 76ers right now?
I really like what Troy said about just the surprise of it, and I'm trying to temper my enthusiasm because those, again, I'm not going to make a big deal out of those picks right now, but they could turn into something great. But I do want to say is I think, I have to apologize to Mike Gansey because I was calling him all kinds of names this afternoon. But I think he's really trying to capitalize on the somewhat of the Embiid window, but also more of the Maxey window. Maxey's a win now player. We talked about this on our last podcast. They need to surround him with players who are capable of winning now. And, if they're going to build through the draft, they don't have enough money really to like sign a big free agent. So they had to do it via trade. I did not see this happening. I thought they were going to build through just maybe coaching up the players that they had and just kind of see what happens. And maybe Embiid would have a 65 game season left in that body. But I love this trade. I'm curious about what the lineup's going to look like in a fun way. Not that I'm worried about anything at all, but they seem a little small, a little bit. But at the end of the day, I mean, they got a exceptional top 7, top 8 player in the league, still in his prime.
With a chip on his shoulder. He's got to
With a
have a chip
chip,
on his
yeah,
shoulder.
that's a great point, Troy. Chip on his shoulder, and also like having like he can initiate offense like Maxey could. And he's not James Harden, but he can bring the ball up. He can initiate offense. Maxey can drive other defenders crazy by just moving a ton. I think VJ may learn from him a little bit in a way. I think they've been compared, slightly on how their games are. So I think
Yeah,
he's going to be a big
two-way ability.
benefit to. Yeah, in that way. Maybe not in terms of style, but just two-way ability. So I'm really excited. Like
We
Noah
don't
said,
sound
I
excited.
wasn't. What's that?
We don't sound excited.
Because
None
I
of
don't
us
think
do.
it's so unbelievable.
Right, we're all in disbelief.
It's also July. It's also July. So
It's
I
also
mean, we gotta
July. We don't
see.
have a few games.
We're not. We've been through the ringer enough to know we got to see these guys on the court before getting any
Yeah,
spark of true excitement. But
Yeah,
I
think
get
that's
it,
this
right.
is
but
pretty
like
good.
when you break it down, the Sixers just traded for Chuck, like you said, a top 10 to 15 player in the league and a Finals MVP,
Yeah.
and then he was a top candidate for MVP last year, and we just traded for him. Like this, there should be a lot more. I'm sure the city is very excited. Eventually, when I get past this disbelief, I'm going to be very excited. But the whole time I'm watching ESPN, I'm just staring at my phone like I can't believe this shit is happening.
Yeah.
Like Jalen Brown is the Sixer, and I thought about it. I thought like, all right, would Boston trade him to Philly? And immediately it's like, nah, why would they do that? Plus, we'd probably have to give up VJ or anybody
Yeah.
or somebody like that.
Yep.
We didn't have to give up VJ. We didn't have to give up Phylon. We have to give up any of our young guys that we have right now. Picks are valuable. You don't know what they could turn into. You don't know what they could be traded for. But listen, you get a top 15 player in the league right now and a win now type of atmosphere for the organization. That's solid, man. This is solid.
Yeah, Troy, that's a really good point. I got a text. I saw Noah's text when he said, "Oh my God," and then like 2 seconds later, I got a text from a friend that said, "JB to the Sixers." I was like, "JB, Justin Bieber, like who?"
Jalen Brunson, Justin Bieber.
Yeah, who the hell he's talking about? And then then I said, "Oh, it's Jalen Brown," and then I said, "Did they give up VJ? Like, how did?"
Maxey?
Yeah, like what the heck? And they didn't have to give any of that, but it was fantastic. And what I did learn too is I think it's July 6th. Boston had to make a decision on. So Jalen Brown was eligible for a extension, and they
Mhm.
had to make a decision July 6th, I believe. Either give him a supermax or not. And if they're not going to give it to him, he's going to ask for a trade. So I guess they made the decision. Listen, we're not going to trade him. I mean, we're not going to sign him, so we might have a trade. I'm surprised they trade him to the Sixers. They're going to see that brother 5 times a year, maybe in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, that's my big question. Why? Why
Yeah.
to the
So
Sixers?
why the Sixers? So I mean, there's that has I don't know. San Antonio couldn't give him a better package. What was out
Well, San
there?
Antonio just got Tobias Harris, so they don't need anything
They're
else
straight. They're good. They're good.
besides Tobias. They're good.
Yeah, they're good to go. But there had to be a team out there with better pack. But hey, what the heck? It is what it is. The Sixers got to give it to Mike Gansey. I was really disappointed. Like his day one signing was D Wade. I'm like, that's the move. That's the first move that you make, and usually your first move is your biggest move. And then let Kelly go. I was ready to be on there. Like, me and Troy's gonna have a verbal fist fight, and it's
You're ready
turned
to
into
wreck Cat.
hey, we
Wait, so
got.
you're not upset that Kelly's going? You're no longer upset that
I think
Kelly's
it's a
going?
nice equal trade off.
Basically, we traded Paul George and Kelly Oubre for Jalen Brown.
And also
In
Quentin
a
Grimes, I
nutshell.
guess.
In a nutshell. And
You
Quentin
throw
Grimes.
Quentin Grimes in there?
Wait, they can't be done, right? Because Kelly's off the books, Quentin Grimes is off the books. They could still fill out the roster with more pieces.
No, they're pretty much
Oh, I
done.
see what
They
you're
probably
saying.
have one more roster spot to fill out, but it's going to be like on a minimum because Jalen Brown he has a big contract, right? They still have 3 max contracts. So like the numbers really don't change that much. But
Does this?
like the fact that you're probably going to give someone a mid-level. Do we still have the mid-level? Or
I think
maybe
they're
what do we have?
part of it.
But
I think they're
there's
part
a
of it. I think they
guy.
gave part of it to
But
Wade.
okay, but there is a guy who said that he would go to the right situation and he's not concerned with money anymore. I mean,
Don't say it. Don't say it.
does this move make the Sixers more attractive for one LeBron? What's his middle name? Noah. Raymond James. Are we now a more attractive situation for that guy?
Yeah.
Because now if you bring in that guy, it just takes it up a whole other notch.
All right, relax. First of all,
Dude, listen, I'm just talking strictly, forget like his physical ability. I'm just talking strictly IQ and what he could do for this squad.
Has he even does he want to play another year? I haven't heard anything from him.
He wants to. Yeah, he's going to play another year. Listen, if I was him, I'd go back to Cleveland. I'd retire a Cleveland Cab and be done with it. No matter what happens, win or lose, I'm going out as a Cleveland Cab. But dude, like if he comes here, I think they rocket to the top of NBA favorites. Definitely in the East. Definitely in the East.
And I think he has a soft spot for Philly. I mean, we've heard about his ties to coming to the Sixers in years past. I think around the time Ben Simmons and Embiid were at the top, we've heard like those little rumors about LeBron joining that squad. I wonder if Philly is a place he'd like to be.
Maybe. I don't know how much of a soft spot he had when he didn't even grant us an interview when he was the last time he was a free agent. He went out to LA, right?
yeah.
But
He's
listen, things change. Things change. Situations change. Never know.
Guys, you want those problems? You want Clutch? You want Bronny on the bench? You want
Bronny's already signed with. I don't.
What's his other son name? What's his other son? You want
Bryce? Bryce is better. I want Bryce.
Yeah,
you make me sick.
I want Yuri. I want Yuri on the team.
I don't want those problems. I just don't.
Maxey signed. Maxey signed a Clutch, right?
Yeah, we already have Clutch problems, right? So why not? Why not have one more?
I don't
think it's going to happen. I honestly don't think it's going to happen.
I'd rather when it doesn't seem as organic.
You're crazy. Don't say
it. Doesn't seem as
care.
organic with LeBron on the team.
I don't care.
It
has been 40 years, 40 plus years.
How did we get into LeBron talk? How did we start talking about LeBron?
You're talking about it being organic?
No, I mean it's 1,000 ways to kind of build a championship. The Knicks don't have any draft picks on their team, do they? And they.
I mean, put it this way, Chuck.
And they won championship, so it's fine. I just don't want he brings like a different vibe to the team. I don't know. I'm not
Do
a
we have
LeBron.
do we have a good vibe going on right now that he's gonna run?
No, but it becomes a circus with LeBron on the team. Then all the LeBron fans
Chuck,
will be
The
now
Chuck,
media,
Sixers fans.
I don't
They
care.
didn't earn
Chuck,
it.
the Sixers, as it stands right now, they're going to be a circus. Maybe not as big if LeBron showed up, but they're still a circus right
You
now.
think so?
Yeah, dude, they just traded for Jalen Brown. You have Jalen Brown, VJ, Maxey, and Embiid. They're going to be there. A lot of eyes are going to be on the Sixers,
right?
more so with LeBron. But make no mistake, we're going to be a talking point all NBA season.
Listen, I'm not going to stress about this. I think he's going to Golden State. Draymond Green didn't opt out of his contract for nothing. I think he knows
Yeah, that's
something.
true. Yes,
So I think he's going to go to Golden State and just call it whatever. Plus, it's in California. He's always going to pick up his family and move to East Coast. I don't think that's happening.
It's fun to dream. Fun to dream. We have the greatest basketball
Arguably
player
the
ever on our
great.
team.
Yeah, I mean, we're only gonna watch him for another year or two. We might as well watch him in a Sixers uniform, right?
Why not?
Fine.
You don't want to say your
You
team
hate him
had
so- you
employed
hate
the
him so
greatest
much.
basketball player ever.
You
I
wouldn't
don't
even
hate
accept
LeBron.
him. You wouldn't even accept him on the Sixers for a minimum
He just
deal.
brings out he talks about he's leaving LA because he wants to go to a winner. I was like, dude, you have Luka on your team. Like,
That's not why he wants to leave LA, Dad. They have to
Why does he want to leave LA?
Because they have to re-sign him, and
He could have re-signed with.
he's giving them a chance to move on.
I think he wanted to move on. I think he was ready to move on. The Lakers was ready to move on also. I think it was just a mutual decision. Let's just go our separate ways. It ran its course.
Why are we acting like the Sixers is so good vibes and I'm so confused.
It's fine. I don't think it's gonna happen anywhere, so I'm not gonna get stressed about it. It is what it is. Can we talk about what the starting lineup's gonna look like, or even a roster for the Sixers? But minus LeBron, let's assume LeBron may not come to the Sixers. What do you guys think the starting lineup's
obviously I think that you're looking at Maxey, VJ, and Jalen Brown as your three in the backcourt. And then Joel Embiid. The power forward position is still a question mark. Seems like D Wade could be a good fit. Dominic Barlow. But I am really, really excited to see a lineup of Phylon, Maxey, VJ, and Jalen Brown at the 4. I think that is way more versatile on both ends than it would be with Paul George at the 4. So I'm really excited.
Do you think you'll see all those 4 people? You think they'll see those 4 players?
At some point, for sure. At some point, for sure. 100%. I don't think they're going to make it a staple in their team next year. Phylon's going to be a rookie. He's going to have his growing pains. And Jalen Brown didn't play a whole lot of 4 with Boston. So, but I do think that they will, because they're a small team, like you said, Chuck. And they're going to probably lean on that now with a much better guy to play the 4 than they had before.
Hold up. Play the 4? Who's the much better guy to play the 4?
Jalen Brown is a much better guy to play the 4 than Paul George.
I don't think he's going to be.
How are we such a smaller team than we were last year?
I don't see Jalen Brown playing a 4. I
didn't say we were a smaller team. I didn't say we were a smaller team than we were last year.
Dad's been saying we're small.
That is a smaller team. It is.
You swap Paul George and Jalen Brown. The guys are pretty much the same size.
Yeah, I think PG could probably
Paul
guard.
George is 6'8", Jalen Brown 6'6".
When I think of positions,
relatively speaking, yeah, you're talking 2 inches. It's not that big a deal.
So, but when I think about people's position, I think about who they're guarding. So PG can probably guard 1 through 5, probably. I don't know if Jalen Brown could. I mean, it's not a diss for Jalen Brown. He's a great defender. I'm not saying he's not, but I don't know.
He was guarding Joel Embiid in the playoffs, Chuck.
How'd that work out?
He was holding his own. Embiid got his, but he was guarding. To say that Paul George guards 1 through 4, I didn't say Paul George guards centers last year.
I wouldn't call Jalen Brown a 4. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he's a 4.
I don't think he's a 4 either. But he's gonna play that position at some point with the team. They don't have a power forward.
On Paul George's name. When they were matched up against each other in the playoffs, I thought Paul George, in a way, outplayed Jalen Brown. I thought he beat him up very well. And I thought he had his way with him on offense also.
So you don't like the trade?
I'll do this trade 10 out of 10 days. 10 out of 10 days, I'm doing this trade.
I'm just curious. So, I mean, it just feels like it's Maxey's undersized. You have 2 wings. You have Embiid, who's not a great rebounder. And you have probably D Wade, who I'm not. He's not Kelly Oubre. Let me put it away. He's not Kelly Oubre.
What is the difference between this and last year's team? Why are we having this issue?
Yeah, like
What do
none
you?
of the moves that we've made so far solves our rebounding problem. Maybe the next backup, maybe that guy, if he can actually beat Bona out of some minutes. He seems like a live body who actually has good hands and that can catch lobs and finish defensive. Um,
And who is
he
being missed by Knicks fans at the moment, right?
that can finish defensive possession by actually holding on to a rebound. Right. So like maybe that guy can help out on the boards. But like
Yeah,
when I said early in our chat, like I don't think Wade is a starting four. I meant in the league,
he is now.
not just for the Sixers, but like I would much rather see him come off the bench. Him coming off the bench to me makes the Sixers a deeper squad because
I totally agree
I
with
do
you.
think he's capable of playing 25 to 30 minutes a night and giving us something on both ends of the floor. I just don't want to see him as our starter.
I agree with you, but I don't think that's reality right now. And I think the
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
that
And
he
like
was
they
there,
may not have a choice. They
yeah,
may not
And
have a choice
listen,
but to start him.
Cleveland didn't have a choice but to start Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Like that was arguably the best front court tandem in the league. So who's to say D Wade can't be a starting power forward in the NBA? He didn't really have a chance to because he was behind Evan Mobley his
That's
entire
fair.
career, really. So
Cope,
That's fair. I
relax.
don't see it, but
He's
like that's a fair
trash.
point.
That's not a fair point. He's
It is a fair
trash.
point. It is a
Who's
fair point
trash?
because maybe he is a starter on like maybe 20 other teams in
Why
the
do you
league
hate Dean Wade so much? Then?
because Kelly's gone. He's gone, fam.
That's part of it.
He's gone.
Can I?
He's
Dominic
gone, fam.
I want to comment on this.
Let it go.
Dominic Barlow averaged more points, more rebounds, the same amount of assists, and shot better than D.
That points.
When you say shot
No, he
better,
didn't.
on how many attempts?
Points.
No, I'm just talking about field goal percentage. I didn't look
Box
at
score
three-pointers.
doesn't tell the whole story. Dad.
I know it was
Yeah,
a box score. That was the season average. Which Wade's
Yeah.
and Wade's like career average is like 5 points a game. We gave him $10 million.
well, he's always
Come
come
on,
off
guys.
the bench.
Push back a little bit. Just push back a smidge.
He's
That's
always come off the bench
crazy.
in his career. He's never been a starter. Dominic Barlow was a starter
Okay,
for the
Troy-
Sixers last season.
Cope, he hasn't been a starter because he's not a starter.
Dad, what do we?
Like, it's not like
we
he's
don't
right.
know that. We don't know that
We know
because
that.
he's been behind Evan Mobley his whole career. You're not going to start him over Evan Mobley.
Okay, fine. He's the greatest player I've ever seen. Is that what you want
Are
me to say?
you? Are
Cope?
you going to start him over
have
Evan
you-
Mobley?
No, absolutely not. But
Okay,
I think
so
he can get more than
that's why
5 points a game. That's
But
what I'm
that goes
saying.
into him scoring 5 points a game.
Listen, I'm
That
not a
goes
fan.
into it.
I'm not a fan. Hopefully, I'm going to root for him, but I'm not impressed. I think Dominic Barlow.
Dad,
You
we
could
don't
give
need
him
a Kelly. We don't need a Kelly.
Let me ask you a
upgrade.
question.
minimum, and
And
he's
Chuck,
done
be
the same
honest.
thing.
Be honest, Chuck. Be honest. How often did you see Dean Wade play?
I have to say that I watch more NBA basketball than anyone on this podcast.
That's
It's
a
not
lie.
even close.
That's a
I
lie.
have the NBA pass. No, when you get home from the gym, what am I doing in the
That's a
fall
lie.
and the winter? I watch basketball, NBA basketball constantly.
It's the same thing in our house.
And you
We always
never
have it
and
on.
somehow you never watched Dean Wade play.
Right? He never answered my question. How
Troy,
often?
I've seen him a lot. Never was like, oh, he's the
So
missing link.
you weren't impressed by the job he was doing in the playoffs.
No.
Everything that he was doing in the play, not at all. The defense
No.
that he was playing on
They
Cade
were down-
Cunningham, the defense he was playing on Jalen Brunson, the
No.
defense he was playing on anyone
So you were
that was in
impressed?
front of him. I was impressed. I'm not
Okay.
saying I was impressed like, oh my gosh, we got to have this guy. But it was impressive like, oh, he's actually doing a good job on these guys. And he's putting on great pressure. It's moving his feet. He's not fouling. He's not a physical defender. He's just a smart defender. He knows positioning and where he should be. He's good at anticipating. Like he's a decent defender. I was impressed with that. I was less impressed with some of his shot making. He missed a lot of open threes to me, but other than that, like I thought he's a decent player. He didn't hurt him at all.
I think you just hate him because he's like the complete opposite of Kelly Oubre.
That's
If you say Kelly
possible.
Oubre one more time, I'm gonna run
Like,
upstairs.
He's someone who does all the small little things that we need someone on the Sixers
Which
to
is
do.
fair. And I like the signing
Kelly
a lot. I like the signing a lot more now we have Jalen Brown. So yeah, I can deal with it. Like he's not as we don't have to depend on him as much now we have Jalen Brown. But it was shocking to me that their first bold move was signing him And
But who
they
else?
let
Who else were we going to
at the
sign?
time, they let Kelly go, and I didn't understand why, but now I know why. It makes a lot more sense to me. He's fine. I think he's a little overpaid for the numbers. If you want to pay him for like the defense, he held Jalen Brown at what, 35? Okay, fine. If you want to, Jalen Brunson at 35, that's fine.
Kelly
But
Oubre
Chuck, understand, for the
Kelly
money,
Oubre held him to 40.
for the
Okay,
money,
fine. If you want to pay him for that, that's fine.
Chuck, for the money, like who did you expect the Sixers to sign
I
going into free
wanted them to
agency?
sign for that amount of money. I wanted them
It's
to
only
sign
$10 million.
Kelly.
It's not. It's less than $10 million. It's not a lot of money.
Yeah, but the Sixers don't have a lot of money under the cap, so I was like,
Right. So
yeah.
who
So
did you
I want them to sign Kelly Oubre. That's what I wanted them to sign. But if they did, it's fine. Troy, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. Now that they got Jalen Brown, I'm totally fine with it. If they didn't make this move, I would have lost it.
So
I already lost it.
let me get this straight. I need to understand it. So if they had signed Kelly Oubre and did nothing else, you would have been fine.
No. No. If they ran it back, absolutely not.
Chuck, you're not tired? Can I ask you a question? You're not tired? I love Kelly. I love the fight. I love the energy he's brought to the Sixers. But you're not tired of watching Kelly Oubre walk on defense and lag behind guys that he's guarding give up on plays defensively? You're not tired of that?
I don't know. I don't know. We're watching the same Kelly Oubre because I don't say that. I don't think we're watching the same Kelly Oubre.
We are definitely not watching the same Kelly Oubre.
We're not.
We are definitely not.
I see effort. I see effort on every play.
I'm
not saying he makes the right decisions, but
when he shows effort, it's good. But like when he doesn't, it's like
glaring.
If you glaring.
It's noticeable.
Glaring. Wade's defense is fine. It's fine.
I like the fact
I'm fine with it.
I get it. He's a handsome guy. He does cool dunks sometimes. Like
he makes you feel good.
I'm fine.
Pause.
Listen, the Jalen Brown trade has covered up like my hatred for the contract that he gave.
Why are you acting like this is such an awful contract? He's getting paid less than $10 million a year.
The contract is nothing, dude. I don't understand.
Fine.
Like with the contract, they still could have have signed Kelly Oubre.
Listen, I know I'm not giving you guys enough time.
They still could have signed Kelly Oubre, Chuck.
Who averages 5 points a game that makes $10 million a year? Like who does that? Who is that?
He plays 20 minutes
Chuck,
a night.
Have you ever heard of John Concat? I rest my case.
Was that a good signing?
It was a horrible signing.
Then why?
But he was getting paid a lot more than $2 million a year. At the time, it was probably, if you factor in inflation in today's cost, he would have been getting paid $190 million a year.
That's true.
I mean, come on.
I think it's an overpay. Listen, hold that thought. My thing, and I say this about every other podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We are so close to our players that we pick out every little flaw. We see this guy over in Cleveland, good-looking guy, has his little moments against like a Jalen Brunson, and we're like, oh, he's great. We're going to pick every Philadelphia podcaster, sports announcer is going to pick this guy apart. It happens every time. Watch. You guys going to do the same thing because we're so close to them.
You made a good point.
I don't think we're saying that we're going to love him.
You just said that you think they overpaid, and you're right. They did overpay.
They definitely overpaid.
But everybody, if you look down the line of the free agents, everybody has gotten overpaid today. Yesterday.
No, what were you about to say, Noah? I'm sorry. We're doing a podcast. Speak.
He's going to talk about Quentin Grimes making $60 million.
That's crazy.
Like, would you rather sign him to $60 million?
That was insane. But I do think he'll do well for the Lakers, being around Luka.
And like Kelly Oubre is not the type of player we need to be starting power forward on the Sixers. If he doesn't have the ball in his hand,
I'm fine with it, guys.
Oh my God,
I'm over it.
Let me finish what I'm saying. He's gone, bro. I don't care. He's not the type of player we need at power forward. He's like, if he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he's literally like not useful at all, honestly.
What player have you?
And even when he gets the ball in his hand, like the possession's probably gonna end there. So we gotta hope he makes it.
I thought he was a great Sixer. I gave his all.
Yeah, I love Kelly Oubre, but it's get to a point we don't gotta sign him again.
He's gone. Yeah. We got Jalen Brown. I'm happy. I do want to say though, Troy, you made the comment in the chat about. I forgot how you put it. Like I said, why is no one getting on Gandy about bringing over players he's familiar with? And you said something about like, well, if they don't.
We will.
We will. But Daryl got on, like, he took a lot of heat for that, but I can't really think of a player that he brought over that he had an ex-player that he brought over that didn't perform well. Like, most of them performed well. Who didn't, like, perform well for Daryl? But he still got criticized.
PJ Tucker.
No. PJ Tucker played well, and Embiid asked for him.
He had flashes.
He asked for someone. He asked for someone like PJ Tucker. He didn't ask for PJ Tucker.
For the money they paid him and the role that he had, I thought he played fine.
You asked me a question, I'm giving you the answer.
If D-Wade plays like him, I'll be thrilled.
Why are we still talking about Daryl Morey in 2026?
Because he loves Daryl Morey. He misses Daryl Morey. He wants Daryl back.
We're doing a podcast, and I think it's interesting.
Let me ask you a question. Would Daryl Morey make this trade?
You know what the first thing that came in my head?
Boston would have hung that phone up.
You know what the first thing that came in my head when I saw that?
They heard Daryl Morey's voice.
Just how bad is Daryl Morey? It's the first thing that I thought of. Because why are we sitting here with no hope, and then Mike Gansey comes in less than 3 months
and gives the whole city an abundance of hope.
Now there's a little sparkle in my eyes now. I haven't felt that in 3 years.
You guys are sad people. You guys are. You wouldn't have those picks to give to Boston if it wasn't for Daryl Morey. So relax, you guys.
You mean what picks?
The picks that were going to Boston for Jalen Brown. You wouldn't have those.
He gave up those picks. It's the picks that he gave up.
Yeah,
he still didn't get the better pick. He gave up the pick to OKC and Al Horford trade.
Talking about the picks for Jalen Brown.
I understand. That's where the picks were coming from.
They were under Daryl's watch. I'm not making. I don't want to talk about Daryl. It's fine, but I just found it interesting that Daryl, and again, we do a podcast, so I'm trying to find interesting topics.
But Chuck,
I just find it interesting that Daryl got all this heat, and Gansey, the first time he makes the signing is one of his dudes.
Well,
who averaged 5 points a game.
Chuck,
I can do that.
Can I ask you a question? What time did you give Gansey and Dean Wade to see if it was a bad pick? You gave it no time. Like, we had ample time to see all of Daryl's picks and all of Daryl's wrongdoings,
it feels like Philadelphia media is getting soft. Just a little, like, out of all the people that he could have signed, he gets $10 million. This guy he knew that's averaged 5 points a game.
But
I just wanted a little pushback. That's all. Just a smidge. You're right. We need to find out what happens.
You're not going to get pushback immediately. The pushback is going to come if Dean Wade sucks.
No, Troy, that's not pushback. That's not interesting to me. That is not interesting to me.
I don't know what to tell you then. I don't know what to tell you.
Like, waiting. I want people predicting things for me. I want people predicting things and not being like, oh, let me wait for something to go bad, then I'm going to criticize it. No, make a prediction now on, like, what do you think is going to happen?
So what's your prediction on Dean Wade?
I don't know. Only thing I wanted was a little pushback from the Philadelphia media saying, "Oh my God, we're giving $10 million to your buddy. He better play better than
his buddy, though. That
Dominic
fits
Barlow.
the profile. That fits the profile of what the Sixers need. What other 6'9"?
You guys are so. You guys just drink the Kool-Aid.
Wings do we have?
He makes one good trade.
If Gansey continues to sign all these guys that he knows and they all suck, then we'll be mad.
Yeah, it's that simple. It's that simple.
That's not interesting to me. I don't like. I want predictions now. What are you going to like? Do you like
getting Jalen Brown is more beneficial?
It's like,
than
okay,
anything
I love
Daryl
to
Morey
trade now. Oh, he's not doing good. I hate it. Like, I don't know. I want something.
He's been the GM. He hasn't even been the GM for a season yet. Why are we gonna hate what he did yet?
I'm not hating. I just want to. I'm surprised Philly had no pushback. Nobody pushed back on that.
I saw a bunch of people.
But there was nothing to push back on.
I saw a bunch of people saying that they wanted that.
Giving somebody, a guy who averages 5 points a game, $10 million because you know him?
Can we move on and can we talk about something else now?
On the flip side, on the positive side, if you know the guy and you probably know him well enough to say, you know what, he's been underutilized here. If I get him into a better situation, those numbers are going to increase. Like he probably had the run of the Cleveland for the most part. He could have picked any Cleveland Cavalier he wanted to, right? For the most part. Like, you could either trade for him, you could have flipped him for Kelly Oubre or Quentin Grimes. This guy's going to be a free agent. I know what he can do. I'm looking at this team that I have right now. He could definitely fit. Let's go after him. Just give it a shot. He could be dead wrong, but I'm not going to kill him for it.
I just want someone. I agree with you, Troy. it'd have been nice. Again, I find it interesting. Not too many people do it, but I find it interesting when people like take a stand right now. And hey, this gave $2 million to this guy, averaged 5 points a game. And if he never met him before, he probably wouldn't have done it. Like, it just seems, I don't know. It feels like Philadelphia's getting soft. Oh, he's new. We never I'm telling you, you guys, everyone on this podcast is gonna pick this guy apart because he's gonna
We're
be
gonna
under a
pick apart
microscope.
everybody. Yeah, we're gonna pick apart everybody on the roster. We're
Yeah,
gonna pick
I
apart
mean, I know
everybody.
we are, but that's why we like, oh, Kelly can go. He averages like 17 points a game. He's making less than this guy, and he's a capable defender.
It was the emptiest 17
You
points.
shut up.
Like,
He was not empty.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Chuck, forget stats aside, he didn't really help the Sixers offense.
I'm
There
not
were
talking about
times
Kelly.
where
That's crazy.
there were times where
And this guy, he averaged 5 points a game. He's gonna help the Sixers offense.
I'm talking about Kelly Oubre.
He's gonna help.
That's what I'm
he's gonna help
saying.
He's
Like
gonna help.
Kelly, you said this guy's gonna help more than Kelly.
There were times where Kelly Oubre would go on the street and he'd score like 8 straight, and he'd have a game of 20 something points. But for the most part, teams left Kelly Oubre wide open in the corners, and he could not consistently hit a three, and it bogged down their offense. Right? This is a guy who is a little bit more consistent than Oubre.
This drives me crazy. I don't want to talk about Kelly.
I don't even know if
say that Kelly bogged down the offense. The reason the Sixers to win because their best player played 38 games.
I wouldn't even be ready to say that Dean Wade is going to be more consistent than Kelly Oubre, but when I look at Dean Wade, I get excited. I get excited for how he can make us so much better defensively, and just IQ from a basketball IQ standpoint, he's a much smarter player than Kelly Oubre.
That is such a view from someone who's watching this guy in Cleveland.
He's not a bonehead.
Listen, oh my God,
Chuck,
I can't wait.
We all watch.
Listen,
we all watch the NBA.
Dad,
we watch the Cavs.
Mike Gansey,
we've watched him before.
Mike Gansey knows better than we do. He knows better than everybody in the media whether this guy is going to be valuable to this team or not.
Dad, we just traded for Jalen Brown.
He knows.
And you're sitting here screaming at the top of your lungs about Kelly Oubre.
I don't want to talk about Kelly anymore. Can I ask you guys a question? Let's get off Kelly Oubre real quick. With when Embiid he's going to miss some games. With Jalen Brown on the squad, do you feel like the Sixers will be more formidable? And who do you think is going to be the starting center? What's the lineup going to be when Embiid's out? He's going to miss games. He's going to miss like 30 games.
If it was me, I'd probably start. No.
You said Bona?
I'm not. I'm not starting Bona. I'd start the guy we just picked up. I don't know what his name is. I'd give him a shot. There's a very good chance this guy may not be better than Bona, which would be very sad.
Troy, I agree with you, but again, it's that thing of he's new. We don't know his flaws, so he must be better than what we see every day. It's that I just can't get over that. Like we're gonna pick these players apart.
Well, I think Bona would have a better chance at starting at this point because
maybe
he's
Troy.
seen
I
him
like
as
what
the
you
starter before.
Troy, I like what you put in the chat. I think Bona needs to be coached up a little bit, and hopefully they can get him there. I don't have too much hope for Bona, I think Bona has some potential.
He does. I think there has to be a lot of internal development within this team still. Even with this trade, VJ has to get better. Justin Edwards has to get better. He has to. There's no more room for error with this guy.
How about
Bona
Jabari
has
Walker?
To get better. Jabari Walker, Barlow, all of these guys, they have to develop. Sixers have to develop those guys internally.
Wade. Yes.
Correct. I don't want Wade starting. I do not want him starting. I want Barlow starting. I want to see some improvement from him. Barlow starting, having Wade come off the bench. That makes the Sixers a deeper, better team.
$10 million on the bench? Oof.
Chuck, I don't care. I don't care how much he gets paid.
I don't think that's going to happen, but fine.
No, I think they are going to try to make him the starter.
That's the same thing.
In today's NBA, that $10 million is basically having $50 in your pocket. It's little. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's what the Sixers had to spend, which was nothing. You're not going to get an all-star caliber player for $10 million. It is not even $10 million.
I didn't expect him to do that. I didn't expect him to get an all-star. I expected someone to average more than 5 points a game.
So give me a name. Give me someone. Give me a name. Give me a name. Give me a name.
I don't have a name.
How much points do you think to dudes that make that much money? Like how much on average? Like how many points do you think they average?
This is the next homework assignment. You guys name some players for me that are on contending teams where someone getting $10 million coming off the bench. That's your homework.
Chuck, there's about 500 players in the league.
Way.
And,
There's
Quentin
about
Grimes.
and guess
9
what?
million players in
Guess
the
what?
league.
Quentin Grimes
Every
just got
bench
paid
player in the
$20
league
million.
is coming off the bench
He might be starting.
overpaid.
And what we should be looking at too is the NBA Finals and what the Spurs and Knicks look like from 1 through 4, the versatility of those guys, and we saw it within our own organization. Julian Champagnie.
What do you hold up,
Average what?
Kobe? Hold that thought. What's versatility to you? That's what I'm confused. What do you mean?
Two-way guys that are able
Okay,
to
is
shoot
Wade
from the
a
perimeter.
two-way guy? Is Wade a two-way
Yes.
guy?
He's a two-way player. He's a shooter.
Here.
He's a
Kobe,
shooter
you're
and he plays
crazy.
defense.
He can space the floor. He's a better connective offensive player than Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre, he gets the ball and it's over. He's going to shoot. He's going to brick
Kelly Oubre.
He's gonna brick a three, or he's gonna go drive into somebody's chest in front of the rim and like do a floater, and it might go in. That's all he does. And on
Kelly
defense,
Oubre
he like
average 6 times more than this guy.
And listen,
but we don't need Kelly. We do not need Kelly Oubre to average 14 points. That's a problem if he's taking that many shots, and while he's providing nothing else.
Fine, I'm done with Kelly, but I didn't bring up Kelly Oubre at this point.
But like,
Kobe,
why are you
to call
still
him
complaining
a
about
two-way
Dean
player
Wade?
is insane. He's a one-way
he can
player.
space-
I'm fine. You want to say he plays defense? That's
tall,
fine.
he's long. He can space the floor. At least he's shooting the threes. He shot like 36%. Who knows?
he spaces the floor. To your point, he's able to space the floor.
He can guard more
Because he's white. Is that why you think he spaces the floor?
He's more versatile on defense.
He's a one-way player.
He's a better passer. He's a better rebounder.
No, he's not. Look at the stats. What
He
stats are you
plays 20
looking at?
minutes. He plays 20 minutes. Kelly Oubre plays 35 minutes a night. Of course, he's gonna have better
That's a
numbers.
great point. That's a great point.
That's not a great point.
And I don't think Kelly Oubre was a bad connective two-way player, but it was time for the Sixers to move on from him. And
So
I think that Dean Wade in that, I'm not saying they're going to start him, but if they were going to start him, I think that he would help the Sixers fit where the NBA is going right now in terms of playing guys 1 through 4 that can do things on both ends of the court.
For the record, I didn't bring up Kelly Oubre. I just want to say that.
all right,
No,
so for $10 million, you can get Stephen Castle. Like that's what Stephen Castle makes.
but he was starting.
Correct. He's starter.
Stephon Castle?
He's on his rookie contract.
Yeah, you got to
But I'm
stop
saying
saying
he was starting. I'm
You gotta
talking
stop
about
saying
that. You have
look
Caleb.
at the
And
playoff
he's
team
on a
Martin. Let me
he's on
finish.
a rookie.
Hold on. Listen, guys, fellas. Listen. You have Caleb Martin. You have Day'Ron Sharp. You have Valanciunas.
No. Troy,
Keaton
give me
Wagler.
playoff teams.
Listen to me. Buddy Hield, Ace Bailey, Colin Sexton, Moritz Wagner. You also have Jalen Smith, Najee Marshall, Keon Ellis, Ty Jerome, Brooke Lopez, Sam Merrill. These are all guys that are making what Dean Wade's making right now. None of those guys are scoring over 10 points a game.
These are
I'll take
all
all
guys
of them
on-
maybe.
over. I'll take
Colin
them all
Sexton,
over
maybe.
Wade. And what
Wait.
I was asking was,
I
every one of those
disagree with
players I
that,
take over
Dad.
Wade.
I disagree with that, Dad. Ace Bailey's averaging over 10 points a game.
Okay, there's some guys sprinkled in
be
over
using
there,
guys.
but my
We can't be
point
using
is,
guys on rookie contracts as like.
I understand. My point is that there are a lot of players in the league who make $10 million who don't even see the court. That's my point.
Is that what you want? Is that what you
No,
want?
I'm just letting you know. Like you're getting bent out of shape over nothing.
Fine. I don't care. He's the greatest player I've ever seen.
But
Is that what you want me to say? It's Jordan.
Like we just watched the Lakers pay $60
Derek
million
Queen.
We just watched the Lakers pay $60 million to Quentin Grimes, and you're complaining about
That's
Dean Wade
that's crazy.
getting paid.
was not offside.
They're gonna learn, but they had like 50 million
Wow.
when LeBron left. So
Does that mean?
no.
destroy your
I'm not saying it's a
future?
good signing, but he's probably gonna start.
Is that a good thing?
Grimes not
Yeah,
starting.
I would hope
Definitely
not.
starting. They're not giving him 60 million to come off the bench. Troy, they're not giving him 60
I don't know
million
what
to
you.
come off the
I
bench.
don't know what you think.
Just
It's
because they're a
$15 million
starter
a
doesn't
year.
mean like it's like good.
It's $15 million per year. I don't know what you think these.
He can still come
People
off
are
the bench and
making-
play. He's going to play
Troy,
25,
who's
30
making
minutes a night.
15 million coming off the? That's
Chuck,
not
we're
happening.
We're not stuck in 1983 anymore. It's 2026.
Troy, that's
Chuck,
not happening. They didn't
Chuck,
sign him to $60 million to come off the bench.
Chuck,
It's not happening.
Drew can go to the league and make $10 million.
He needs to get his game up there. 'Cause
Listen, I'm
Get me out of
serious.
this
Like I
hellhole.
don't like you think these contracts are $60 million per year. It's not, dude. Like
Lonzo,
he's a 15. Listen, how much did Grimes make here?
I'm gonna say this one more
Last
time,
year.
guys.
How
Lonzo
much did
Ball
Grimes
made
He
$10
make
made
million.
last year?
$8 million. He got the qualifying offer. Here's
Lonzo
the
Ball
Right, let
made
me ask
$10
you a
million.
question.
name me a playoff team. Don't give me the freaking I don't know.
Dad, he just named you. He just named you like three
that
playoff
has
teams.
a $10 million sitting on the bench.
Chuck,
No, you
there's
can't.
a bunch of
Dad,
teams.
why, Dean Wade is not going to sit on the bench.
I know he's not. I know he's not.
Then what are we talking about?
Let me ask you a question. Isaiah Stewart, playoff team. He made $15 million last
He
year.
made $50 million.
No, maybe he's making that this year.
Sheesh.
He's making that this year. Hold on, let me
Good
see what
luck
he
with
made
that.
last year because he was coming off the bench.
The Warriors paid Moses Moody $11 million.
Did they? Was he on a rookie contract?
I think so. He's like 30 years old.
No, he's not. 30 years old. Moses Moody. No, he's not. Was he on
Anthony
a second
Simons
contract?
made $27 million last year playing for the Boston Celtics
Coming off
and
the
now
bench.
for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, they got swept by the
Grant
Sixers.
Williams, $13 million.
All right, so
Kelly
there's some
Olynyk.
people out there.
Kelly
Fine.
Olynyk, $13 million.
Kelly Olynyk.
Chuck, you should be very
Okay.
excited that there is a new brewing culture in the Philadelphia 76ers organization
I knew it's coming.
with this
I knew it was
addition of
coming.
Dean Wade. It is a new culture that is brewing, and you should be excited. You should be excited.
Fine. I'm
Well,
more
we're
excited
also-
about Jalen Brown. Let's go. JB, he's a Sixer. What's he going to wear? Number 7? Boom. Let's get it.
Harrison Barnes made $19 million last year. He got 5 minutes in the finals.
Darn it. Good Lord.
$19 million he made last year.
All right. Well, all right, there you go.
That is asinine.
It's okay. Like
Excuse my language.
Gansey cleared Maury's resume in less than 2 months. I'm sorry.
He gave his
It's
boy
true,
$10 million a year. And Troy's complaining about PJ Tucker, who was making vet minimum with the Sixers.
No, I thought he had a decent contract.
No,
didn't
he did have a decent contract, actually.
Yeah, he had a decent contract.
He had a healthy contract.
Any other
scored.
moves? Any other moves?
He
around
started
that?
and he averaged 3 points.
Yeah, that's correct. He's right. 3 points.
Yeah, what do you think Embiid for that? Embiid one of them.
Embiid's not
And
Embiid's
he
not the
wanted
GM.
someone like Kelly Oubre.
Why do you
I mean,
try and why do you
someone like PJ Tucker?
why do you try and blame these moves on players?
All right, stop attacking me. Can we move on, Kobe? You asked a good question,
They're
Kobe.
not
And listen, the USA soccer team is on. Like, what are we doing here? We
All right,
have to hurry this up.
USA currently
I wanted to
tied
talk about
0-0 in the
this.
37th minute. What have you guys been watching the World Cup?
Yes.
I was gonna ask. Well, I was gonna ask what other moves were interesting that you saw around the NBA, but we could get into
What
I
the
thought
Lakers
the
are doing
Celtics
is pretty
getting
Paul George.
Mitchell Robinson, I thought was a good move.
They got Mitch.
What the Lakers are doing is interesting.
Yeah, what the Lakers are doing is real interesting too.
Yeah, they're being called the Snow Time Lakers now.
Yeah, LeBron freed up a lot of money for him. I thought with Detroit signed a who they signed that thought was pretty good. No, you got it in front of you.
John Collins.
John
They signed
Collins.
John- I wanted John Collins. I was hoping that the Sixers would get him. But alas,
They gave their
didn't.
money to Dean Wade. So
I would rather get Dean Wade on that contract than John Collins on the contract.
I agree.
Agreed.
I agree.
Agreed.
Moss, I can't wait till you guys complain when Jason Tatum scores 50 on him, and you go like, "Oh my God, we got him for 3 more years."
He won't because we'll have Jalen Brown on Jason Tatum.
We paid Tobias Harris $200 million just to get fried by.
Tobias.
That
And,
wasn't
and I
money.
want to see Wemby and the Spurs win, but now that means I have to root for Tobias Harris. He's going to ruin it for Wemby. He's going to ruin Wemby's legacy, literally,
Why is he still getting paid so much money?
because his father's great. Listen, his
father,
father
yeah, it
might be the
is.
best agent in the history of all agents.
He should be your
Tobias
father.
Harris
Noah.
in his career has made $330 million.
Good Lord.
More than
Good
Kobe,
Lord.
more than Shaq, more than a lot of good players,
Wow.
which he is not really one of.
What do you guys see the Sixers? And again, I know we got to talk about World Cup real quick, but what do you guys see the Sixers? They're not better than the Knicks. Are they better than Detroit? They're better than. Are they better than Detroit? Are they better than Cleveland? What do you think they're going to be? I know they still have some moves to
We're
make,
the best
but
team
like
in the NBA.
they're the best team in the NBA. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think they still have moves to make. I do think they stepped up a tier. I think.
A tier? What do you mean? They won't be in a play-in? That's the tier?
No, like if they were like in the 3rd tier, which they were trending to be before this trade, they're probably in the.
Are they better
high
than Detroit?
2nd
Troy,
tier.
give me something. Are they better than Detroit?
Yeah, I think they would be better than Detroit.
Are they better than Cleveland?
Cleveland?
And just wait till
Cleveland, unless LeBron comes here. But like Cleveland does not scare me with James Harden at all.
I mean,
They're
if you
better than
take that
Cleveland.
Sixers,
They're not better than the Knicks. They're not better. They're probably better than the Celtics, right? So yeah,
they're top 4. They should be top 4, top 5.
depending on what other moves Miami makes, that
Yeah, I
and
forgot about Miami.
Toronto. You can't forget
And
Toronto.
Toronto, yeah. Yeah.
Toronto's giving me PTSD right
Best-
now.
We're the best team in the league, bro.
I
Well,
would put them in between second and fourth best team in the East.
Well, we'll see how it plays out. Excited to see Phylon in Summer League in a few weeks, see what kind of game he's going to bring to the NBA level, what kind of flair he's going to bring to the Sixers. Speaking of flair, we've seen a lot of flair during the World Cup. USA on right now. France looking good, won their round of 32 matchup. Mbappe got another 2 goals. Erling Haaland advanced Norway against Ivory Coast in what was a barn burner. What have you
That was
guys
a great
been
game.
seeing from the World Cup? How excited are you for the U.S.? What teams do you have your eye on?
so
What's top of
today,
mind? Yeah.
last week I asked, like, has there ever been like the Knicks came back from 29 points and won that game?
we
And you're like, well, this doesn't happen in soccer because I guess the way they play, once they get a lead, they can like play defensively. Well, the game today that was Senegal and Belgium.
Those last 2 goals were amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
they
How
were. So
scored
Senegal was
so
up
late.
two goals. I'm like, this game's over.
Yep.
And
I
they
thought
just
the
came
same
back.
thing.
I was really like surprised. That was a huge win. I
And the
did
same
want
thing
to.
with the Congo against
England.
England. Congo, they controlled that game from start to until Kane just went off on them. But for the most of the game, they were the better team. They played the better team. They played faster pace. They were more aggressive on both ends of the field, offensively and defensively. Their goalie played an amazing game, an absolutely amazing game, and he just happened to let the first goal he probably shouldn't have let through. Second goal was just a rocket from Kane. That was just him being better than everybody else on the field. Yeah, like these games are exciting,
Yeah, I've been
very
really
exciting.
into it.
I'm excited to see the U.S. play right now.
I did want
And
to ask. Go ahead.
no, I was just going to say it was interesting. Right after you said you don't see a whole lot of comebacks, we just saw so many. I was going to say Brazil went down 1-0
Yeah.
to Japan and came back and
Yeah.
won that game at the last minute. So yeah, we've seen some good comebacks in the knockout stages.
I did want to ask. So I use NBA a lot to kind of compare it to soccer. I know it's not a fair comparison, but you have players in the NBA. Magic Johnson he can control a game without scoring. Rodman was a little bit like that. Peak Draymond was somewhat like that in a way.
Dean Wade can't do that.
Dean Wade's like that as well. Why are you raising your arm?
What do you mean, why? You not watching the game?
You're way ahead. Balogun! USA lead 1-0 against Bosnia.
He did with LeBron. Did you see that?
Great goal
Yeah.
right before the half. Wow, he has 3 goals in the World Cup. He was in the
Did you
Golden
know
Boot
that?
race.
Did you know Antonio Freeman's son plays on the team?
Yeah, I hadn't heard that. Yeah.
Alex Freeman.
Ex-Eagle. Great.
And his
He was
sister is
washed.
a famous TikToker.
He was
Really?
washed when he got to the Eagles.
Yeah, he
But
was.
is there
But
any
he was a
player
good
who
receiver.
all the great players just scorers? Do they
No.
have players
No,
who
no, they're great players all over the field. Defenders, midfielders.
So
Okay,
if you watch England, Declan Rice is a player that controls matches. He's one of the best midfielders, if not the best holding midfielder in the world. He will control a match. You'll see him break up plays defensively, get interceptions. If you watch him, he covers a lot of space. When he has the ball, he's a great long passer. So he plays it out to his wingers. He always has his head up. He's great technically. So he doesn't have a whole lot of bad touches. Like he's very reliable on the ball. He's a guy that controls matches for them and just
Okay.
in general for teams.
let's say the top, give me if you say the top 10 players in the world are what are most of them score? I'm sure most of them are scorers. Like out of the
Yeah.
top 10, how many are just not like scorers, but they control the game in other ways? You don't have to say names. I'm just curious, like how many players out of the top 10 are all of them like goal scorers?
I mean, I would say most of them, you think of like coming into this World Cup, Ousmane Dembele of France, Mbappe, you could throw in there as players in the top 10.
Haaland, Erling, Haaland.
Yeah, you going
Haaland.
into the tournament, he was probably top 15, top
Yeah.
maybe top 10.
Yamal.
Another goal scorer. Yeah, Lamine Yamal, top 10 for sure. He's more of a creator than a goal scorer, though, but he can score goals. He's another guy that can control games in the sense that when he has the ball, he brings so many guys, to him. So, but yeah, he's an offensive player that scores and creates. So yeah, I would say the majority of the best players in the world right now do score and create goals because at the end of the day, that's how you win matches. But there are definitely a handful like Declan Rice that influence games without. And Declan Rice will score a goal too. He has a rocket leg. He can shoot from outside the box, but he just does so many other little things that make him great. And aren't too many players like him, I guess,
What
right
about
now.
Bellingham?
Jude is more of an attacking midfielder. He doesn't do a whole lot of work defensively.
Right, he's like
So
considered one of the best players, right?
he had a down season for his club, but yeah,
Okay.
he's typically considered one of the best players.
Okay, this is my last question. Are there any two-part questions? Are there any goalies that considered in the top 15, 20 players in the world? And also,
No.
in hockey, how they sometimes pull the goalie to get an extra man on the field? Can you do that in soccer? Not an extra man on the field, but just an extra offensive player. Can you do
Yeah.
that in soccer?
On corner kicks, if a team is down, they get a corner kick, you'll see the goalie come into the box and be an extra guy that can try to get a goal. So that's like the equivalent of a hockey team pulling their goalie.
Got it.
But
What about
you're never going to pull a goalie out of the net for like 5 minutes. Not like you would in hockey. That's
got it.
never.
Are there any goalies that are in the top 20 player where like, oh, he's the best goalie in
I wouldn't say top 20. Courtois has always been a top goalie. He plays for Belgium. He's kind of at the end of his career now.
I heard Mexico has a good goalie. Is that a thing?
Ochoa, he's like 40 years old, but he's historically the greatest Mexican goalie of all time. He's more of just like a great international player. He's not well known
Okay, got it.
for his club.
Argentina's goalie. Who's Argentina's goalie? He's good, right? What the heck is his name? Emiliano
I don't know.
Emiliano Martinez.
Oh, Martinez. Yeah, Martinez is their
he's
goalie.
a good goalie, right?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, Argentina's goalie is good. Martinez is good.
Was Victor Valdez considered like a top player in the world back in the day?
Victor Valdez. Oh yeah, Spanish goalie, played for Barcelona.
Yeah, for Barca. Yeah, that was my guy.
He was. Yeah, I would say he's one of the top. He was during his prime, he was a top goalie. Not the best in the world, I don't think, but he was top. He also played on really in front of or behind Piqué and Puyol for Barca, which helped. And they both played for Spain too, so he had a good back line.
Yeah, he did.
That's it. My hockey question. I mean, my soccer question.
Let's talk about his Phillies.
You can talk about them.
Why do I don't have to talk about them?
The Phillies are playing really well. I still have concerns with Aaron Nola. I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah, he's a hot mess.
Like he's putting water on the fire every time he comes out. It seems like. But other than that, I don't have anything negative to say, like I normally would. I
Can
do
you
think they
apologize to
still
Brandon
need
Marsh
to.
live on-
They need to make a. I could have sworn I apologized the last time to Brandon Marsh. I said I'm sorry, Brandon Marsh. You are Philadelphia's version of Babe Ruth. Just keep it going. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the bad things I said about you. Just cut your hair, please. Cut your hair. I do think they still need to make a trade. I still think they need to upgrade the roster at the trade deadline. You can't stand that.
I thought they needed a right-handed bat, but Derek Hill seems to be doing well. I think he's
doing great.
Just on the Nola
Knock
thing.
on wood.
They probably need if there's a pitch out there that can eat us some innings, that would be awesome. Wheeler only went 4 2/3 today, which is weird. He had 10 strikeouts, but he had 104 pitches, so I don't know. He's not even going to get the decision.
The game was in Philly?
Game's in Philly right now, but he's
probably hot. He probably was like, yes.
Maybe
I'm
thinking he was at 104 pitches. He got 10 strikeouts, but he couldn't get through. He couldn't get through 5. So I don't know. But he had
it's hot out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would like him to get the win. But yeah.
USA looking good right now. Balogun should have had his second goal, hit the post.
Ooh, okay, before we get off, who should I be looking for in the USA? Like, that's good.
Christian Pulisic is their best player. He's number 10.
Is he playing?
Yeah, he's playing.
By the way, is there something about wearing number 10? Because it seemed like the best players on every team wears number 10. Is that like the 23 of soccer?
It's like the 3.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
was
the
gonna
number
say that.
3.
It's like the
I
what?
get
It's like the number 3 after 1996.
Okay.
after Iverson wore it. Number 10s in soccer. So soccer is different. Like numbers used to mean you're a certain position. So like a number 10 used to mean that you're a center attacking midfield player. So like you're the midfielder that creates goals, scores goals, doesn't really do a lot defensively. Number 9 means you're the used to mean you're the striker. Now everybody just wears whatever number, and you could have a number 9 that plays on the wing. But traditionally, like a number 9 is your striker, number 10 is your attacking midfielder, a number 6 is like your holding midfielder, like a Declan Rice for England would be a number 6. But they don't really, it's not, teams don't really go by that tradition as much anymore. But you'll still, like Messi is, number 10. He plays that number 10 role, that traditional attacking midfielder role for Argentina. But you don't have to be that anymore.
All right.
All right, fellas. Well, that about does it for this episode of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast. We're going to get into the rest of this USA game and check Twitter for more reactions from the craziness in the NBA. And we'll
Kobe,
get back
how's
to you guys.
How's
What's up?
your Michael Jackson solo career going?
It should go viral after my video I'll put up about Jalen Brown tomorrow morning.
Could you at least have Cheesecakes retweeted?
Yes.
I will. Yes,
Fine.
I will.
Or
I will
yeah,
tag.
repost it.
I will tag us as a collaborator.
And listen, I don't think we're going to do a pod next week, right? Kobe's
Where-
off to Spain.
Where are you going to Spain for? Your Michael Jackson tour?
So my cousin Jared moved there a few months
Really?
ago.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go see him and his
See him
girlfriend.
hang out for his birthday.
Oh, awesome.
No, for
Your birthday,
Kobe's
Kobe?
birthday. Kobe's birthday is next week.
Yeah.
If we're not gonna pod, then that's something else, honestly.
Well,
You wanna
we
go
could
to
pod
Spain too?
Friday. I'll be back Friday. We could do Friday night.
You're not gonna want to do that.
Probably not.
No,
but
just say what you have to say, Noah.
Well, Conor McGregor is supposed to fight on the 11th. It's kind of big.
he's coming out of retirement.
I mean, technically, he's never been retired. He just hasn't fought in 4 years.
Who's he fighting?
Max Holloway.
Oh, he's gonna get destroyed.
I don't know
Why
who
would he
knows.
fight Max in his first fight? Isn't that like a big time fight? Like Max Holloway's
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. He
interesting.
seems to be very confident in his abilities.
I'm sure he
after-
is.
I think Conor's one of the most talented strikers of all time, but he has nothing really compares to like actually being in the ring fighting. You can't really replicate that.
Isn't he a racist?
Doesn't take away from his
We're
talent.
talking about the UFC though. Like they're all racist.
But yeah,
I
he
don't-
is a
I don't-
racist.
I don't
It just
like
takes
him.
away from
Do
his
I have to like
character.
him?
No.
And then I don't know. Irish people, they're kind of like black.
I thought those were Italians.
I think he meant the way they were prosecuted in Great Britain.
Anyways,
On that note,
Yeah, on that note.
well,
Good,
okay,
man.
so that's this weekend or next weekend?
no,
The 11th.
July 11th, so next
Oh,
week.
11th. So that's next
Okay.
weekend.
You gonna watch the fight and we can talk about it. I hope he gets his butt whipped. Is the guy he fighting black? If I didn't
Where
have, if
am
my
I-
shoulder wasn't hurt,
You get
I
your
would-
ass kicked.
probably.
You would
Oh
get in
my
the ring and
gosh.
get your ass
If
kicked.
there's any episode where I needed my keyboard sounds, this would be it. And I don't have them.
If my shoulder, Troy, my shoulder was just 95%. That's all I need. It'd be
If it
a wrap.
was 95%. You sound like MB.
First of all, any cuts from Embiid, by the way? Like, have you heard anything from him? Are you
He
guys
is-
disappointed he didn't like reach out to Fight
That
Line or anything?
man, that man is enjoying the World Cup.
I guess so, yeah.
He's enjoying
Life
the
is
World
good.
Cup.
How do you know if
As
he's
he
going to reach
should.
out to Phylon or not?
Because I didn't hear anything. I heard VJ did. I heard Maxi did. I didn't hear anything about Embiid. I don't know what to tell you. All right, let's get out of here.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on social media. We'll be back to talk more about this World Cup, talk more about the NBA frenzy that's been going on this summer, and bring you guys more love, more cheesesteaks and love and takes. Take it easy.
What were the other reactions?